Okay, kids. The moment of truth is here. We have the refines for the characters. Did they go ahead and make Fallen Edelgard the stupidest unit ever? Let's find out. Let's also go ahead and... Hold on. Why is it not making it bigger? Okay, I guess... Wait a second. Hold on. We're going to have to open these up in a separate tab each then, if that's the case. Holy wall of text, Eric. Jesus Christ. Okay, then we have Peleus, who's free to play. All right, then we got New Year Valoria. Okay, I didn't mean to click that. All right, 3-pager for Valoria. That's crazy. And then, of course, the bad bitch all the way at the end. Oh, and I guess not all the way at the end because we have Valenti and Pala. All right, so let's go ahead and knock these out one by one. We're going to start things out with Eric, who is also a demote, so he's pretty easy to merge up. All right, his weapon is called General to Be, which I guess that makes sense because Pent is his mentor. So he's like trying to be a general just like Pent. Okay, so we got 14 might, 2 range here. At the start of turn, if unit is in 2 spaces of an ally, grants attack and speed up 6 and no follow-up to unit and allies in 2 spaces for 1 turn. And also grants Treachery and Canto 1 to unit and magic and staff allies in 2 spaces. Wow. I was not expecting that. That's a lot of start of turn bonuses there. Jesus. And Treachery as well. That's one of the better statuses still. All right, also, if unit initiates combat or is in 2 spaces of an ally, grants all stats of 5 to unit and reduce percentage of foes' non-special DR by half. So far, this bodes pretty good. I was not expecting Eric to look this good. Okay, if unit initiates combat or is in 2 spaces of an ally, deals 7 damage to foe as combat begins. Okay, activates only when unit can attack in combat. Effects that reduce damage during combat don't apply. Will not reduce foe's HP below 1. Basically, it's the same thing as Flared Sparrow. Okay, grants all stats of 5 to unit. Neutralize foe's bonuses to speed and res. Deals damage equal to 20% of speed. Wow. And reduce damage from foe's first attack by 7 and on their brave attack. And he's not done yet. There's more? What? If unit initiates combat, applies Divine Vein Flame on 5 spaces in a line centered on foe's space. What? For 1 turn after combat. This guy is a 3-star? I mean, this is some Satet level nonsense. What the hell? Somebody must really like Eric over at Insys headquarters, because this is... I mean, he's got, like, the Echidna treatment, the Satet treatment, the Thea treatment. Like, this is one of those type of refines. Okay. All right, my boy. Okay, so we got Peleus up next. Vision of Dayan. All right, at the start of turn, if unit is in 2 spaces of an ally, grants attack and res up 6 and special cooldown charge +1 per attack. And unit can move to a space, to any ally within 2 spaces, to unit and allies in 2 spaces for 1 turn. Okay, so he's giving special charge and warp support and attack and res, basically. All right, then also, if unit is in 3 spaces of an ally, grants all stats of 5, neutralize penalties to attack and speed, and unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack during combat. All right, not as impressive as Homeboy from before, but okay. All right, then also, if unit is in 3 spaces of an ally, grants all stats of 5, and deals damage equal to 15% of attack. Recovers 7 HP when unit deals damage to the foe. And also, if unit's HP is over 1 and foe would reduce HP to 0, unit survives with 1 HP. Okay, so he's got Miracle as well. That's interesting. Huh. I mean, who we liking here? Eric, for sure, is way better. He's not even a Grail unit. Like, it doesn't cost Grails to get him to +10. You probably have the manuals to +10 him right this instant. As we're talking, this guy, you would have to dip into the Grail shop a bit. So the winner is very clear there. All right, it is nice to see some nice demote refines, though. Okay, so New Year Valoria up next. Now, she has shenanigans where it's a support ally with ally support gets bonuses. So hopefully they make that a little better. Okay, -1 special trigger. If an ally in 3 spaces of unit... Or if an ally is within 3 spaces of unit, inflicts attack and speed -6 and defense -5 on the foe. Grant special cooldown charge +1 to unit per attack. And grant special cooldown count -2 to unit before the foe's first attack. Okay, that's much better. And also, when unit special triggers, neutralize the foe's DR effects. Yeah, prior to this, what this did was it only activates... I think it might have been for allies in 2 spaces or allies with ally support within 2 spaces. It was not that good. It was very convoluted. And then she gave special charge acceleration, which was pretty good because when this unit came out, the Brave Lucina was still like kind of meta as a supporter. So they made her a similar type of unit to that. But obviously, Brave Lucina being meta, that's a far ways off from now. Okay, for certain target allies in 3 spaces of unit, grants all stats of 5, special cooldown charge +1 per attack, and special cooldown count -2 before the foe's first attack during combat, and also when ally special triggers nullifies DR effects. Oh, that's for support. Wait, hold on. I guess the first portion of this was for her. And then this portion here is for allies who have ally support and are in 3 spaces. So, unfortunately, she still needs to have ally support. It was, yeah, like just giving it drive to allies in 3 spaces is better. But, I mean, whatever. I guess it is what it is. All right, then also she gets the upgrade to the Beast transformation for infantry with tempo and the 7 damage. All right, then also at the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, inflicts a penalty on the foe's attack speed and defense, equal to the number of foes in 3 rows of 3 columns centered on unit, times 2 plus 5, with a max of 11. Neutralize foes' bonuses to attack and speed, deals damage equal to 20% of speed, and reduce damage from foe's first attack by 20% of speed, including on their brave attack. Okay, this is interesting. Now, we've been getting a lot of good beast skills recently, like Nimble Beast and like the Fortune skills and so on and so forth. So you might be able to make something happen with this Valoria, actually. She's got nice support there. It being for ally support, though, is kind of annoying. I wish it was just a drive support. Because it's not like something game-breaking. It doesn't seem like if she just gave this to all allies in 3 spaces, this would, like, all of a sudden break the game. The Lagu's Friends special charge, and then just special cooldown +1 when you hit the enemies, and the stat drops. You also have to be in 3 spaces, which is already, like, kind of a hindrance. But I do like the true damage and true damage reduction that she's getting. Alright, do we want to move on to this idiot? Let's save her for last. Let's go ahead and do Palla next. I want to save that one for last. Okay, so Lady Blade Palla, who was a very phenomenal unit for quite some time. So, enables Canto 2, Brave Attacking, of course, and grants all stats of 5 and inflicts -5 speed. Alright, then she also has Adaptive Damage, and now deals damage equal to 20% of defense. That's new. So she's getting true damage, which is good. And then at the start of turn, if unit is in 2 spaces of an ally, grants attack and defense up 6, and neutralize penalties on unit during combat to unit and allies in 2 spaces for 1 turn. And also grants unit can move 1 extra space to unit and flying allies in 2 spaces for 1 turn. Okay, movement support. I wasn't expecting that. Huh. Okay. Alright, then also, if unit is in 3 spaces of an ally, grants a bonus to attack, defense, and res equal to 10% of unit's defense at start of combat +5, and reduce damage from foes' attacks by 20% of unit's defense during combat, and recovers 7 HP to unit after combat. Alright, it doesn't seem like enough to make her as prevalent of a unit as it was when she was in her heyday, but it's still pretty solid refine. I wasn't expecting her to get, like, that amount of true damage, 20% of defense. Her defense is pretty good. Like, here, this guy's got minus defense, so she's over 40 easily. And you're pretty much just going to want to raise her attack and defense and res, because her speed was a dump stat. So, yeah, she seems okay. And then, of course, there's a lot of good flyer skills, and Soaring Echo is a good skill, too. The +1 movement to flyers is also pretty good. So, yeah, it seems pretty good. Okay, now it's time. All right, we only 2 pages for her. That's something. All right, let's see it. So, Fallen Edelgard, -1 special trigger. At start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, inflicts attack and defense -6 on the foe. Neutralize unit's penalties to attack and defense. Deals damage equal to 20% of defense. And both unit and foe can't make a follow-up during combat. And also, if unit initiates combat while transformed, grants another action to unit after combat once per turn. All right, so she keeps that. And then also, at the start of turn, she gets the Armored Beast transformation with distant counter and attack up 2. Okay. All right, then also, at the start of turn, if unit's HP is over 25%, inflicts attack and defense -7, panic, and exposure on the closest foes and any foes within 2 spaces of those foes through the next actions. At start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, inflicts a penalty on the foe's attack and defense equal to the number of foes in 3 rows of 3 columns centered on unit times 2 plus 6 with a max of 12. And reduce damage from foes' attacks by 20% of unit's defense. Huh. Okay, so they did give her debuffs. I was expecting that. I was thinking it was going to be more so like the Valentine Edelgard, though, where she does it after combat. She does, like, sabotage and stuff. But panic and exposure are pretty good still. How many stats is she getting here? Let's see here. All right, attack and defense -6 on the foe there. And then she does the, like, red debuff there. And then also penalty on their attack and defense equal to number of foes in 3 rows of 3 columns times 2 plus 6. So you would need 3 foes to get the maximum there of 12. And then she's got true DR based on defense. I mean, she's got the extra action, which is good. She has Wary Fighter built in still. That's really not doing anything for her now because everyone's got null follow-up. And if they don't have null follow-up, they're going to beat her on the speed check. And they probably have a skill that gives them a guaranteed follow-up. So all that does really is hinder her because it makes it harder for her to do shenanigans, to do, like, brave attacks and, like, quads and doubles and all that. So I would have wished that they took that out of her kit here. I was expecting her to get another bonus action as well. I was like, because all the Edelgards get bonus actions, right? But I was expecting her to get at least one more. I guess not, though. Huh. Yeah. It's good. Obviously, she's getting the true damage and the true DR based on 20% of defense. She's not going to be, like, a game shaker, though, which I think is probably going to disappoint some people. But still very good. And I'm sure a lot of people actually have her with a lot of merges or have her straight up at +10 because of just the notoriety this unit had when she first came out. But yeah, dude, Eric won so easily. This guy, I'm actually going to +10 him as soon as I finish this video. I'm just going to, because I think I have a copy of him at plus speed, just sitting around in my, like, extra barracks that I was just, like, hanging on to him because I was going to build him. He wasn't a bad, like, just red tome with inheritable options. But now, I mean, he's just, like, legit. Never saw that coming, but it's awesome to see, though. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. This is your boy Tacho signing out, and I will catch y'all again on the flip side.